Hey everybody, welcome back into another fun and exciting geometry class. Today we're going to be doing some different constructions. And the construction that we're going to start off with today is constructing a perpendicular line when our point lies outside of the line. We did it in the last video, we did it when the point was on the line. And now what if the point is not on the line? Look down here at the screen here and you'll see why my point is actually outside of the line. It's not on the line itself. So it's away from the line. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to construct a point, or excuse me, a perpendicular line through that point. Okay? And so obviously, what we want to start with is we don't have a ruler, we don't have a protractor, so we need to start off with our compass. That's all that we have. So we'll go ahead and get our compass out. What you want to do is you want to come up here to the point, and you want to open up your compass so that it will touch the line on both sides of the line. So in other words, you don't want to open it up too much so that you don't touch the line over here. So we can really touch the line anywhere we want. We'll go ahead and lock it in right there. And we want to draw a little arc where it touches the line on both sides here. Okay. All right. So we'll put one over there and one over there. Now we're going to take the compass and we're going to put it where we crossed the line. You can move your compass, you can open your compass and close it, make it smaller, make it bigger, whatever you want to do here, but you don't have to. I'm just going to go ahead and make a mark there. Now I'm going to come back over here to this spot, and let's see if I can get it to do what I want it to do. It's not cooperating. There it goes. And make an X. All right, take my compass off now. I'm done with that. And so remember, on these constructions, as soon as you have an X, you're ready to draw a line. So I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to line up my X and line up my point. There you go. So this one's kind of just a little bit upside down feeling, but really a lot of the same principles applied to the one that we learned last time. So there it is. Make sure that you if you missed something there, just go back, rewind it, and take a look at it. All right, the next one that we're going to do is right here. We are going to, and in your book, if you're following along in your book, I'm sorry, I should have said, but we're on page 35 right now. The last one was on page 34. This one's on page 35. We want to construct a triangle when three sides are given. So here's our given sides right here. And so we want to take and we want to construct a triangle. And I've got a point down here. We'll start with that point. We always start with a point. So remember, again, we don't have a ruler. Wouldn't it be easy if we could just take a ruler and measure that thing and then go on with life? Well, it's not that easy. So we're going to come up here and we are going to measure our line. So you want to just put it, and it doesn't matter which one you use here. You might want to use this bigger one to be the base. In fact, let's use the bigger one to be the base. I think that'll be fine. So we're going to come over here, and I should have locked that in before I moved it, but then we're just going to draw a line here, or our arc there. And now this is where I would come in with my straight edge and just draw my point. I'll start here at this point, and then I'll go to this point. Now you could overextend that. It's fine. Okay, it's not a problem to overextend that. We know that this is the point that the triangle ends right here with where the arc crosses the line. So if you extend it a little bit more, no big deal. All right, so now I'm going to come back and I'm going to measure my next line. All right, so right there. I'm going to lock that in, and I can really do that on either side that I want to. It doesn't matter which side I put this one on. I'll just put this one on this side, and we're going to come up here, and really you don't know exactly where to make your line because you don't know where the other one's going to fall, so you can even make a full circle if you want, but basically just kind of put a line out there, put an arc out there so that our other line, when we measure it, will cross it somewhere. Now, our other one was the top one. So now we're going to measure our top line. Let me unlock this, and then we'll lock it back in. And what you're going to do now is see we didn't make it long enough. Not quite. So we'll put this one here, and then we'll go back and do the other one. So what I was talking about actually happened, but it's no big deal. So we just want to make that long enough so we don't have that problem again. Come back here and measure this one again so that we can make sure that it touches this time. And there we go. As soon as we get our X there, we are ready to draw our lines in. So let's get rid of that, and let's get our straight edge out here. There we go, that looks good. All right, and again, we can extend that line up there. It's no problem. We just drew it through our X. And now we're going to come over and try to get this one lined up. Good enough. And there it is. And if we measure those, if we took our ruler and measured those would come out to the same sizes of these ones here. So you measure it, use your compass to make your marks, your arcs, and then wherever the arcs cross, that's where the line gets drawn. Okay. All right, so that is constructing a triangle when 3 sides are given. The next one that we'll do is on the bottom of page 35 and on page 36, construction number 7 in the book. It is called constructing a triangle when one side and the adjacent angles are given. So here's what the idea on this one is. We're going to take the side, and then we're going to put these angles on the sides. And so wherever they go, that's where our triangle is going to go. So take your compass, come out here, and we're going to measure this line. So this is going to be our starting line. So we'll come down here, and I'll use this point right here. And now we need a straight edge. Again, we can let that go over a little bit. It's fine. We're going to know that that's where the angle is going to go, is right there. And then this would be the other one. Now what we need to do is we need to copy this angle A, and we're going to put angle A on the left side here, okay? And so we'll lock this in. And do you remember how to copy angles? We've already learned this, so hopefully you remember how to copy angles. All right, we'll go there. Now we need to measure that. Well, let me do this first. Before we do that, there we go. Let me lock this in, and because we have to change it, I will go ahead and do this. And now we can measure this. All right, there we go. Now we're going to come back over here and put it on that side, and we're going to make our X right here. So there's our first line. And we can go ahead and draw our line right now. That's fine. Or we could wait. We could do the other side first too. It doesn't really matter there. All right. So there we go. There's our first angle. Basically, we copied this angle right here. So we took A and we copied A down here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and copy B. So go ahead and go back over to our compass. And we're going to lock that in there. Okay, so now bring the compass over here. And we are going to do the same thing we just did over there. Don't change. Lock it in. And remember, you have to touch this and then bring it up and around. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is come over here and we're going to measure our angle right there. Looks good. We'll lock that in and we'll come over here. Now be careful because there's all kinds of different stuff going on here right now. But this is the one that we're looking for right here. and we want that wherever it crosses that line right about there. All right, so there's our next X, and we need to bring out our straight edge. And we're going to line this up a bit more. Too much. It's pretty good. All right, and there it is. So there's our triangle. Lots of different stuff there, lots of different arcs and things, but I need to see all that. Some of you are like perfectionists and you want to erase all those marks. Don't erase those marks, because if you erase those marks, I'm going to think that you used a protractor and a ruler to do this. So you've got to leave all those marks on there. I want to see those. Those prove to me that you knew what you were doing with the construction. Okay, so we're going to first of all copy the line down there. We're going to copy angle A to the right, to the left side, and then we're going to copy B to the right side. As soon as we do that, as soon as we put our lines up there, they cross, they make our triangle for us up at that top point. All right, got one more for you. We're having fun, right? This is good stuff. So let's do one more. All right, on this one, this is on page number 36. Page 36, construction number 8, constructing a triangle when two sides and the included angle are given. So this is two sides and the included angle. That's really important there, that vocabulary that they're using. So let's make our point. And I'll change over here to red so that you can see what we're doing. So what I want to do is I want to come over here. Now there's a couple different ways that you could do this one. You could actually start with creating the angle on this one if you want to, and that would be fine. Or you can start with measuring the side. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to draw a random line length, okay? And then I'll come over here and I'll measure that so that I know how long it should be. All right, so right there is our first line. We'll call that our base. All right, and now what we need to do is we need to put our angle somewhere. We can put it on either side. I think probably in this case putting it on the left side makes a little bit more sense. So we'll go ahead and lock that in and then come up here to the left side, and I will draw my arc for my angle, and then I'll come down here and I'm going to measure my angle. There it is, lock it in, come back up here and put your X. All right, let's get rid of that. Now this is kind of the tricky part right here. And you can do this in a couple different ways. So I could just start drawing my line right now, or I could measure my line, okay? And it doesn't matter which one you do first. There's two different ways that you could do this. So if I measure my line and come up here and put my arc, now I know where my line goes to. So if I get rid of this, so I measured my second line here, and now that's what this one is right here. This one out here is my second line. So I can come out here, and once I get my ruler, my straight edge lined up, I can just take my pencil and I know that I'm going to stop at this line. And you can keep going even if you want to. It's fine. But that's where the triangle ends, is that right there. So now I would just, that's my new X, if you will. This is not where the triangle ends. That's just where the angle opening was, okay? And so my line keeps going to this next one because I had to measure this line. So that's a measured line right there. All right, so I'm just going to come out here now, and I want to connect these two things together. If I can get this to cooperate here. That looks pretty good. All right, good enough. And there is this is my angle. I matched that angle right there. And then this is this bottom one. This is the first line, my longer line. And then this other line, this line going up here is my second line. And then this one is just wherever they fall. Okay, this one here on the outside is just wherever they kind of match up, because wherever the X's from my construction lie. Okay. All right, if you missed any of that, go back and review it, and make sure that whenever you're doing these, never erase lines. That is so important for me to stress to you, because I can't tell what you've done if you're erasing your lines. I know you want it to look pretty, but leave your arcs there so I can see what you've done with your compass. Okay? All right, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.